Jesus, man. Alright. My mic's on. What is up? It is your boy, Brenton Biggers. Or actually, Phoenix Brenton. I feel like it's still hard to get used to it, you know, but we are back with part 2. So we are starting to have, like, I guess somewhat of a functional offense. Like, we have a solid quarterback. Well, maybe not solid, but decent quarterback at the moment. We got a couple good receivers, a good left side of the offensive line, a defensive tackle. Like, there's still a lot of holes, but I think we're getting pretty close to, like, eventually fixing these issues. And I think for now on, though, I will probably just, like, upgrade players because I just can't deal with that really anymore. Who is Zach Adams? Oh, that's my kicker. It's weird to say that my best player probably on my team right now is my kicker. That sounds very stupid to say out loud. That's literally what it is. Alright, so let's see here. We kind of still need to get offensive linemen and edge, so I guess that can stay the same. Like, I do want to try to get a quarterback, but if it's just not fitting the bill, I just don't feel like I should do it then. I am curious. I do wonder what was my scouts from the last time I did this, because I kind of forgot. Yeah, all these positions are so in need. Like, well, honestly, every position's a need except kicker at this point. So, we've won. How did we win? I don't know how, but we won. Isaiah Rodgers, yeah, you can. I guess I could sign him to a 1-year deal back, but it's kind of really all I want to do. The rest of these guys, they can all just walk, honestly. We don't really need them. They don't bring any value to the table. So, dude, I have to go with, like, D-tackle or edge. Outside linebacker for sure. Middle linebacker. And sure, let's continue to go with quarterback. I still think it's funny that we won that first game. That was so freaking stupid how we won that first game. That was pretty ridiculous. I'm assuming that might be like our only win throughout the entire season. Potentially. I mean, I don't know. Worst ranked offense, imagine the worst ranked defense as well? No, surprisingly not. Dang, Malik Sargent just isn't having the seasons that I particularly want him to have. Like, he still can't quite get over the hump of just getting over 500 rushing yards. Like, I think this might be another over 500 rushing yards season. The offensive line still needs a lot of work. Defensively, we're not getting really after the quarterback, and neither even getting interceptions. Which, again, you can't blame a team this bad to expect to be good. I think I'm going to go stick with the interior offensive line for now. I may change it later. But that's the thing. I might change it later. Got 31 upgrades. Hopefully that can significantly upgrade the roster and give us a little bit more of a fighting chance. Because, I mean, the fact we already got one win is pretty huge. So I won't even complain if we stick with like a 1-15 record. Alright, let's go with these two, and let's go with this guy. Josh Williams. Alright, I'm going to simulate to the off season. We're probably going to go 1-15 more than likely. But honestly, that's good to see, though. The fact we're winning a game, at least, despite how garbage this roster still is pretty promising. Now all we need to do is, again, just continuously try to improve the roster. That's all we can do. So once again, we're probably 1-15, if I have to presume. Oh wait, we're 1-16. My bad. Still one of the worst offenses in the league, with one of the worst defenses in the league. Trey Lance still not playing that well, with more interceptions than touchdowns. Sargent is literally just moving the needle just every year. Every year, this man does something a little bit better. It's like every year. He does slightly better. You want to see proof? Here's your proof. So next year, you might get over 700 rushing yards. Just to put in an example of the picture. Again, this offensive line just still needs some desperate work. And same thing with the pass rush. I mean, it's nice to see that our rookie defensive tackle did play pretty freaking well, but still not ideal, to say the least. In interceptions, Isaiah Rodgers had most. I think I'll be signing him to a 1-year contract. Yeah, I signed him to a 1-year contract. What's good? I'm pretty happy, though, we did, because we needed to pretty freaking bad. We're a 74 overall team. We still have a lot of holes, and honestly don't guarantee starters anymore. Still. Like, almost anywhere. So now we're in free agency, hoping that there's some good free agents with the amount of cap room that we have, and yeah, there's a lot of good free agents. Brian Branch is probably one of the big players I want to go get. We need a safety bad, period. And having Brian Branch would be huge. Tyler Linderbaum. There's not like a lot of like young free agents. Is there anyone who's like remote interest in just signing here? Kendall Fuller is still here. I might as well sign him to just a 1-year deal. Just have a 1-year prove-it deal with him. And John Runyon. No. I'm not going to. There's some people with mixed interest. Like Shaq Mason and Mike Ugnaught, but they're really only have 1-year deals. So I don't really see myself going out there and getting them. Baker Mayfield has X Factor. I would sign him a 1-year deal if he wasn't 32 years old. And I don't really see myself probably going to sign any of these offensive linemen. So, I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind Jordan Davis on like a 4-year deal. That wouldn't be a bad addition. But I would say that's probably about it in terms of who I want to bring. So we did get all 3 players. So that means getting Brian Branch is like probably the biggest addition for sure. Like we needed help on defense so bad. So thank God he's here. But it doesn't really completely fix the entire problem all over the team. Elijah Molden is going to get traded. I don't really need you anymore, and I basically found a better version of you. Bears, you want this player for like a second in the future? I'm just going to trade for the Bears' second round picks every freaking year. Because I do actually want Harris to actually start. So Brian Branch will be moved to free safety. This secondary is a mess. You know what I also don't like? I don't like my corners like at all. Like we need to fix that. Cleveland Farrell can get cut. Honestly, he could just get cut at this point. It doesn't even give us that much of a penalty. Matter of fact, we gain more money than the penalty itself. So we still need to fix a lot of the things on offense. We need to fix a lot of things still on defense. But Brian Branch is a good start, though. Brian Branch is absolutely an amazing start to potentially getting to this team to get fixed up. Now we're just got to hope that this team can actually just play good for once. What I mean by that is probably not getting the first overall pick. So there are 2 top 5 quarterbacks in this class. I'm going to fully scout those 2, and let's fully scout like somebody at the edge position. Let's go with... Sure, this guy out of Buffalo, Dante Foreman. Just somebody in the later round. So I can have a little bit of an idea. So the Seahawks have the first pick. That's actually kind of stinky. I didn't know we didn't get the first pick. Who is like the edge rusher? What pick he was expected? He's round 1 and 2, and he's not even a top 5 player. So I don't even have to worry about trading up to get him. This guy, though, is a really good quarterback. I don't think I'm going to trade up to go and get him, though. But I'm just going to keep my 11th overall pick. Hope that maybe one of the quarterbacks are still available, which Nick Burton is. Wasn't this the guy I was looking at? I think he was. You know what? Let's just go get him. I mean, he's literally the number 1 ranked quarterback in the class. And I didn't even have to trade up to get it. Clutch. Okay, so for sure, let's try to get an interior offensive lineman here. There's a top 5 center. Yeah, I'm taking him. You know how rare it is to find a top 5 offensive lineman in the class? It's like almost impossible to find. That's why I'm like so happy that I finally got one. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta get him. There's still around 1 guard, but like since there's like so many good players left at the position, I kind of want to go get another like actual receiver. We haven't gotten like a genuinely good receiver. So Joel Boyles, 57 ranked in the class, 92 speed, pretty solid. And this is where I'm going to make a little bit of a interesting trade, where I'm going to trade all my third round picks for a solid right tackle. That is literally what I'm about to do. It's called being strategic. I don't like using my third round picks just in general. So trading all of these for like just a decent player, I will gladly take that. Yeah, Jason Richardson. Trade accepted. All right. So now we have Jason Richardson, who will definitely fix up this offensive line. This team is going to be so better this year. It's going to be so much better. Like, we should see drastic improvements. Obviously, one thing is because of, well, we have an actual quarterback now. But, like, hell, we even have probably a better right end through the draft as well. Like, now all we got to do is just develop this quarterback to be a superstar and just build a team around him, and boom, we got ourselves a solid roster. Trey Lance, you did what you needed to do, you know, which is to be the backup quarterback. That's what you needed to do, and you did exactly that. So good job for that. I mean, I wouldn't prefer him to start, but if he had to, I will totally be okay with it. Shorten starting fullback. I want Irving as my starting tight end. For sure. Brandon Collins, this is basically your last year, because there's no way you're probably going to get away with probably staying on this roster next year. I am still upset we don't have a single corner yet. Like, we don't have any genuinely good corners that will be any long-term options. Obviously, I'm allowed to get one free agent, but I'm probably going to use this on an edge rusher. Because, again, I don't really have a choice. Brandon Hall. Welcome aboard. So now we actually have an edge rusher. It's still stupid to see that one of the top players in our team right now is a freaking kicker. Literally, he is the second best player on this team. That is depressing. Alright, so we're basically done with our interior offensive line. We don't need that anymore. We do need edge, though. So I could still focus on that. So I guess I will keep my third star scout for now. But I do want to see if I could potentially change any of the other scouts. D-tackle, middle linebacker. We still need linebacker. We still need defensive tackle. Quarterback and wide receiver is a little bit of an wishy-washy, but I can definitely find probably a better position at quarterback as a backup. Safety and corner, we still need both. And interior offensive lineman, we also can still use. Wide receiver, safety. Sure, why not? So he will be going to the southeast. That's scouting. So fast forward a couple of weeks now. And we lost 2 games, which isn't that surprising. Again, not anybody in particular I want to bring back, so all these guys are basically going to be free agents. That's just how the dice rolls. I mean, Grant I would like actually like bring back just for 1 year. I would like to. He doesn't even want to accept a 1-year deal. Wasn't you undrafted? So why are you not even wanting a 1-year deal? Quarterback, left tackle, left outside linebacker. None of the positions I have for you, so I guess corner. Interior offensive line. Then we can go with D-tackle here. And then the last one will be wide receiver, not tight end. Can we just, like, at least do better than we did last year? Like, that's all I'm asking for, is to do better than we did last year. Because this team is not that bad anymore. It's not. Like, we should actually be genuinely playing some competitive football now. And look at that. We already did better than we did last year with a 2-5 record. So, I'm going to once again give you a 1-year deal, but this time I'm going to give you like $6 million. And that's still not enough? You are not accepting a 1-year pack for $6 million? You're not getting paid that much in free agency. I hope you know that. Like, I don't even know if you could get a contract that might give you that much money. Well, maybe he may, but you're not going to get that all in 1 year like that. I think my highest offer I'll give him is 7.5 mil. To be honest, that's probably the most I'll give you. I know that's a bit of an overpay, but we can overpay these players. Kinda. Because we already have so much money. You have to accept this. You didn't? How? Alright, whatever. Oh yeah, how's just our offense doing in general? Okay, so at least we're not the last in offense. Defensively, we're also not doing that well. We're actually doing worse. Sargent, hope to see that he can get over 700 yards this year. That's still a very low bar to ask, but I'm hoping that he can. The offensive line, I think, is doing a little bit better. And we've only gotten precisely 6 sacks during the entire season so far. And 3 players have a sack on our team. At least 1. That is ridiculous. That's stupid. That's what that is. It's just stupid. We lost. We're probably not, again, it's not surprising we're not going to make it to the playoffs for another season. But I would like to see one more win at least before the end of the season. I'd like to see just one more. So, I think the power rusher, all these players should be fully scouted. So, I'll go with the round 1 wide receiver, because we could still use receiver. And fully scout these 2 offensive guards, because we still need offensive line help. Alright, so we're going to sim all the way to the offseason. I do hope he gets X Factor. Like, I do hope he might get Superstar, which is fine, but obviously we all hoping for him to get X Factor. Because then, oh boy, we could really start cooking. And we are officially 3-14. So we did win one more game at least. Still no rewards though for us. That's kind of sad. Alright, so let's see here. Did anybody have like at least above a star dev trait? How are you not at superstar? That guy, like, I have progression off. So he was just built with star dev. That's what that means. And that's pretty freaking sad. Because he's such a good player. But, like, he could have been so much better with a different dev trait. He really could have. I'm really too curious to see how Sargent did. Brian Branch is now X Factor, and Foreman is now Superstar Dev, and I'm actually going to move him where he should be, which is left end. So, you know, things are looking up. Things are definitely looking up. How did Sargent do this year? Did he at least play better than he did last year? We had dead last in offense, with also dead last in defense. But it's nice to see that we're not having a quarterback throwing 20-plus interceptions. And Malik Sargent had over 700 rushing yards, as I asked him to, and he did. Now I'm just, again, hoping for him to move the needle again. Get over 800 yards this year. Kendall Fuller and Brian Branch combined with 6 interceptions. Now I'm just kind of hoping that we can finally get something going on offense. Like, we got a good quarterback. We have a running back. It's just like, can this team actually do something now? So we're not signing anybody again. So we have over $210 million in cap space. Let's see here. So there's Jahmyr Gibbs, which we're not signing. Cooper DeJean. Definitely want to bring Lad McConkey. Like, we need a big receiver. That's just not even a question. Jaden Carter would be pretty good. Terrence Stills actually has interest in coming here, which is surprising. Matter of fact, who just even has interest in here? Kendall Fuller and Isaiah Rodgers, which are both players I don't really want. But I wouldn't mind getting a better punter, though. Maya Taylor, Zer Franklin. It's like mainly just players that are veterans. Cooper Beebe, I guess, mind if I didn't. If I already had a center, or if I didn't had a center. Cooper DeJean, this is another player that's just like, we kind of have to get. We have a terrible secondary. Terrible. It is abysmal. And sure, let's sign Terry and Arnold. Might as well. Let's just get all these 2024 rookies. Alright, so all of them signed except Terrence Stills, and we actually did get all of them. Now can we get Terrence Stills? Which we did. That's actually pretty clutch. But before I want to do any of that, there are some players I would like to get rid of. And one, for instance, is Damian Brown. This guy is going to just milk up our cap space. No thank you. Anyone else, though? Like, wasn't there one corner? Yeah, Joshua Williams. You're getting cut. So now, also I need to cut Kyle Madison as well in his contract. But, with that out of the way, we kind of starting to build up a solid roster here that can potentially contend. But now it's just, how far can we get? I'm hoping there's like some beast freaking pass rushers in this draft class, because that's what this team needs super badly. Is just in general, we need better pass rushers. Because again, really all we have are good defensive tackles. Obviously, we have a solid left end currently, but that's only going to get us so far. But it is nice now that we actually have arguably one of the best secondaries in the league right now, with Brian Branch, Terry Arnold, and Cooper DeJean. So probably the next thing to do in terms of who we should try to go get, it's probably going to be a corner. There are a few great speed corners available. I'm going to fully scout you. See which one's better, I guess. So now I believe we get like the first. We don't even get the first, second, or third overall pick. Okay, so before I do anything, let's view the draft board real quick. So there is a top five corner, which I don't really care about. The guard, I feel like the guard's going to drop a little bit. And if not, I could still get a round 1 to 2 pick guard. I think I'll just be just fine. But the problem is, oh, that corner is still available. That's hard to pass on. I literally can't pass on that. But there's a round 1 corner. Oh, this is tough. There's a round 1 corner later. I'm fine with passing him. So I feel like the best option here for us is to take the guard. Because there's nothing else I really want to do outside of maybe training back. So this makes the most logical sense here. Is to go with the right guard. Because, again, that was the only hole left we didn't have fixed on the offensive line. Here, we got to get an edge rusher. Period. And, damn, why are all the speed rushers in particular just garbage? A in awareness, great speed. Dude, I wish I would pick him. You know, I will pick him. Mine as well. He's probably going to be garbage, though. Oh, never mind. He isn't. He's actually quite okay. So now at this pick, I'm taking the corner. I'm not going that far out for not getting a corner. That's just for saying certain. Brenton Taylor. Welcome aboard. Now it's just like, can we get a receiver or a safety? We can use either of those positions. Well, I wouldn't even say receiver, really. Like, I kind of feel like we have okay, but not great receivers. We could use a backup halfback, potentially. We could use... We already got an edge rusher. Oh, we already had plenty of good corners. Well, I guess we just have good depth at least at corner. We do need a linebacker, but we don't even have anybody at safety right now. So I bet I should go with safety. Just so then I could try to complete the safety position. You know what actually I could do? I could just move that corner to safety. So I don't really even need to go get it. Safety, really. There are a lot of fast linebackers still available, so it's probably going to be between these two guys. He has very good stats, and he's also a well-rounded player. So now, how good is Justin Knock? He's actually way better athletically. I think I'll take him then. I like him because he's just a more athletic player. So, that's my draft. At least I have a linebacker. That's the most important thing, is now we have a linebacker, so now we just don't have to rely on our defensive line to do everything in terms of the, front seven. So you're going to be moved to strong safety. That's for sure. Well, I guess that pick came up clutch because we do need a safety, so I'll take that, I guess. We got a solid linebacker, a solid edge rusher who hopefully can help us get after the quarterback. Now we just need to hope that this team can just play well. That's all we got to hope for. Now we could really potentially contend for a playoff spot. Now we can definitely try to. Like, we actually have receivers. We have a quarterback. Like, we have a lot of good stuff on this team. That's my guard. There he is. Becton, I do want him to be my backup over Milton. I will be honest with that. So probably the only positions I would probably like to address is probably tight end, because we could definitely use a better tight end, and outside linebacker. Those are probably the only positions I would like to address. But outside of that, probably just all this team needs is just to develop, and that's kind of it. Well, and I guess a better receiver too, because I'm going to be honest, these are not good W2 receivers. So it's going to be honest. And really the only thing we need to do now is just to upgrade our quarterback as well. Like, offense is just getting a better receiver and tight end. Like a better receiver number 2, get an actually good tight end, and developing our quarterback. That's the only thing we need to do now. I have not played these mini games in so long. Like, it's crazy. I'm still good at these. Oh, I missed. Crap. Alright, I think I gotta... Oh! So close to gotten 3 there. I didn't even get anything there. Like, I didn't get a bullseye, I didn't even get a catch at least. Damn it. Threw it a little bit too early. That was not really a great throw, I'll be honest. Damn it. Can I get that one? Oh. I would have been clutch if I could. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that one. I need to do a lob pass for that. Maybe a bit too early on that one. But I still got 2, so I don't care. Perfect. I got a bullseye. That's what I needed. Damn it. That was way too freaking early. There we go. I got 3 with that one. So now that gives us gold. I do hope for a depth trade upgrade. Probably not gonna get it, but I can only hope, I guess. And we don't. Probably the only position we're really I need to fully scout. Probably I would like to try to find is a linebacker and wide receiver. Are the positions I would probably like to fully scout. Now it's just, can I get that with 3 stars, though? That's the thing. Doubt it. I could just move... No, that's not going to work. I'll go with middle linebacker. I feel like it's a little bit more... Oh, I wouldn't say it's easier. But... linebacker, running back... I mean, I might as well, just so I can get the linebacker thing. The rest I'm probably just going to fully scout wide receiver. Probably. So honestly, probably the thing I want to do now is just try to fully scout wide receiver. So I want to get all my scouts to just be wide receivers. I'm gonna try my best to find a better wide receiver. I'm gonna try. Wide receiver corner, sure, why the hell not? Wide receiver quarterback, sure, why not? Wide receiver quarterback, sure, why not? I don't care. West and Central. Northeast, Central. So now all of my scouts are wide receivers outside of my 3-star one. Can we just start off 1-1? That's all I'm asking for. Is at least we can start off 1-1. The game said nope. Jason Richardson. You're refusing that contract? That kind of sounds like a joke. Doug Page, I'm not signing. Doug Page, I'm not signing. Actually, I'm probably not signing any of these players back. The only person bringing back is Trey Lance. The only reason why I'm bringing back Trey Lance is because he's a quarterback, and I can genuinely feel okay with having him as a backup quarterback. Outside of that, all of these guys are getting cut or released or something. So wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. That is literally all I'm doing. Wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. So I have a little bit of an idea with all the wide receivers in this draft class. Can we not be 2-5? Can we not? Like, I kind of want to compete for a playoff spot this year because we have the team to do it. We're 1-6. Not ideal, especially with our last win just being a win. Or our last game being just that win. Not ideal. Alright, so let's get the upgrades. Hopefully the upgrades make this team, I don't know, functionable. Because that's what this team hasn't been doing. Alright. Watch, we're going to be 2-6. Or maybe we might. Nope, we're 1-7. Should have gotten my hopes up. I hope we're just not dead last in any category. Please, we're not dead last in any category. Okay, thank you. Still more interceptions than touchdowns. That's not a thing I would like to be reminded of. Offensive line. There's nothing I really could do in upgrading that. 2 interceptions for Cooper Jean. Dude, we need to just suck up and just get wins. Like, can we just compete for a playoff spot? That is literally all I'm asking for, is to compete. And we're not doing that right now. You know what we're doing? We're going to get another top draft pick. That's how the season's looking so far. We might even get 3-13 this year. UB week reward after a loss. Who was it? Still, with 11 tackles and 1 interception. That is not a great sight to see. Seeing a corner get 11 tackles, that is always a bad thing. Are all the linebackers going to be fully scouted? They're probably going to be. So wide receiver is like the only position I'm probably going to be focusing on heading into the draft. So looks like we're going to have another bust season, so I might as well just simulate the rest of the season. So we went 3-14, so we didn't even improve this year. We just went back to where we were. He actually probably played worse. Nick Burton, he probably played worse. Sargent did have slightly a better season. He actually had more touchdowns and slightly more yards, allowing 19 sacks. Ouch. Can we get after the quarterback, please? Cannot my just one defensive tackle have more than 6 sacks? Or is that just too much to ask? Still, once again, 1-0 rewards. And that's probably going to continue to happen if this team doesn't get on track. Period. Like, I don't know. Is it just because you just don't lack, like, an actually good receiver? Is that why this team's still not working properly? I mean, I guess also maybe the outside linebackers as well. I guess that's another thing I have to mention, is we don't have good outside linebackers. The only player I want to bring back, holy crap, we got 14 million players with new ability unlocks. Jesus. Jesus, man. Yeah, that was actually a really good pick getting that corner because he's a superstar dev, so he should probably develop pretty easily now. I just need these edge rushers to improve, like, way more faster than their current rate, man. Or just go get an edge rusher in free agency. I don't know. Do any of that. Because I'm tired of waiting. This team can't contend. It's just, now can my team just decide to freaking contend? I am not offering you that much money. Hell no. Alright. But he comes back anyway. We have over 100 mil still in cap, so we can still make big moves in free agency if I want to. Xavier Worthy, Javon Verse. Are you a pass rusher? I think he is. But honestly, I'm still kind of interested. You know, I might as well sign him anyway. Like, if he's a pass rusher, I don't care. As long as he plays well at whatever... Oh, I'm not going to get him. Yeah, I'm withdrawing that. J.C. Latham, Zach Barnes, Tracy Knight, Winston Reed. I don't really see any of these guys I'm particularly interested in. Ooh. Jerron Davis. But the problem is he's just not going to develop. At all. There's no hope. I guess he would be like a good 2-year option tight end. Like he's gonna be a short-term option tight end. That is literally my only point of having you on the team. If you don't sign, you don't sign. I don't care. I didn't see anybody particularly interesting in free agency. I know we could have gotten Javon Verse, and I technically could have tried to go target that outside linebacker, but it wasn't worth trying to waste all my draft capital just to go and get, or not all my draft capital, just all my resources to go and get. We're just barely below 100 million in the cap. Barely. It is going to suck that we are going to be paying a lot of players pretty quickly here. Went with the edge. There are 2 top 5 players, and without a doubt, I'm going with the wide receiver, Melvin Peebles. I mean, this team needs a receiver. Like, what else do you want from me? This team desperately needs a receiver, and we finally got it. Sure, let's go draft another wide receiver. Playmaker, playmaker, playmaker. That is all I'm doing. And I'm probably... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trade my wide receiver and hope that I could swap him and maybe our 4th round pick, I guess, with a linebacker. That's what I want to do. Because I am tired of us not contending for a Super Bowl. I'm just kind of tired of it. Jeff Wiener. Or Wheeler. Jeff Wheeler, sorry. You're not accepting that? Are you serious? Okay. Pat Hall. No. How about I trade... Sure, let's trade my 3rd round picks in the future. Just gotta get it. Yeah. So Pat Hall is a new member of the Cleveland Browns, and he will definitely be a solid replacement. Actually, he wouldn't replace anybody. Matter of fact, he is just basically just being a better upgrade. It's just nice now that we actually have other wide receivers that you can throw the damn ball to. We're an 89 overall team. We better freaking win a Super Bowl with this team. Like, I'm going to be upset if we're not. I'll probably say that I'll probably, like, work with, like, 2 more seasons with this team. We should probably make it to the playoffs with this team. Like, is that not a realistic thing to say? That we should make it to the playoffs with this team? We actually have a X-Factor halfback. That is disgusting. Like a X-Factor backup halfback. Disgusting. So, honestly, I could probably just send him to the midseason. To be honest, I probably can just do that. Man, I have a lot of, like, when we're finally done with the Brenton Crazy Week and stuff, I have a lot of videos I want to make. Like, for example, the new Fortnite season, I definitely want to make a video on that. Is there anything else? Well, obviously the new series, that's definitely one. And I would say that's probably about it, honestly. Alright. I didn't even see. What was our mid-season record? We're 1-6 again? How are we 1-6 again? And we actually have a lot of players to pay this time. I'm not paying Will McGlad. Will Mackey is actually garbage. He's not even worth my time. You could just get cut. I don't care. Definitely bringing you back. I'm definitely bringing you back. Still wants more money. Fun. Devin Irving. The rest of these guys can get cut, though. I don't really care. And this is where our cap saving is starting to, like, kind of crumble. Okay, we won. Thank God. Can we just not be 3-14? At the bare minimum, can we not end the season 3-14 again? Can we not? We are an 89 overall team, and we're still struggling to win games. How is that possible? Okay, so at least at the bare minimum, we can maintain a 3-14 record. Which, if that was the case, I would be pissed all the way. I just would. So we're probably not going to make it to the playoffs again. I think it's time we need to make a swing. We need to make a swing, like a big trade, because... Or do we just get a new quarterback? Like, I don't know, because it's like, he has star dev. He's not going to do much. He just isn't. 4-13. At least we improved from last year. Although it wasn't much. Surgeon did actually improve, though, at least. My McConkey had a big, major step back. Like, how are we still losing with this team? Like, that's the part I don't understand. This team is way too good to not make it to the playoffs. This team is way too good for that. Mackey's getting released. I am not signing that sucker back. Hell no. And honestly, I am very interested in trading my quarterback to see if I can try to get a better quarterback. Because Star Dev is not getting him anywhere. He's not going to be a top 5 quarterback with Star Dev. That's just not going to happen. And this team is, again, way too freaking talented to be pushed away from bad players. Ruben is going to be a starter. We're cutting both of these tight ends, and he's going to be my starting tight end. That is not a question. That is a blessing. Oh, I forgot to re-sign him. Oh, shoot. Damn, they both have X factors now. Damn. So D-tackle, outside linebacker, like, we still have a kind of a few holes. Josh Allen's available. You know how tempted I am to go in and get Josh Allen? I'm so freaking tempted. Max Crosby, he would be a nice guy to have for a few years as well. Dude, I don't want to pay him this much. That's the problem. Yeah, no one's even signing him now. Yeah, I don't need to pay him that much. You know, what's the high risk? And I can just up it. I'm not offering him that low amount of money, but I am gonna offer him something probably not as high as whatever the frick that other offer was. What the hell? Fields, I mean, that might be bad. I want to get a 2-year deal. Base 2-year deal just to get him here. You know, actually, let's give him the high risk 2-year deal. Like, I'm not going to offer him a crap ton of money. Like, he's already getting paid $20 million a year with that contract alone. Like, I don't want that. Or do I just go with Hill House and have him as more of a big time edge rusher? Charles Cross. Let's go with Brome Peterson. He's not going to offer a lot, like, at all. So I might as well. Alright, let's see here. Obviously, Max Crosby didn't sign, but we got all the other players, though. And Max Crosby still hasn't signed with us. I would be surprised if he doesn't, but I'd be kind of surprised. Because, I don't know if anything will offer him. Yeah, no one's offering him, and his insurance actually went up a tiny bit. I was about to say, no way you're staying in free agency for that long. There is legitimately no way. So he will be our, for now, what, left or right end? Probably right end. I probably prefer more of a right end, honestly. So hopefully he can have big, massive effects to fixing this team. That's a little bit of a tall order to ask. We need to get one of these corners out of here because we are kind of struggling with our cap space situation. So soon one of these corners will need to be done. Like, get out of here. Nick Burton's getting traded. I don't care. I am not having him as my franchise quarterback anymore. You know, a matter of fact, we could probably just find like a backup who has superstar dev. There might be a chance for that. Like, there's a legit chance for that, and that would probably be pretty sad. See? The problem is he's already done with his con. You know, actually, where was that quarterback? Yeah, just have the best backup ever in history. Do we even need a first round pick at this point? I don't even think we do. Like, this team is already talented enough. Like, what else do I want? Just to get an outside linebacker, I guess? I have an X Factor outside linebacker. That didn't go through. How about this? That also doesn't go through? How does that not go through? Like, you are getting a way better quarterback in return. I don't get it. Whatever. Point is, we got our outside linebacker. Yay. And now we got our quarterback. Also, yay. I'm just kind of hope now we're going to need a development though. That's the problem. Like, he's an 81 overall. It's not a guarantee he will pan out, but I'm hoping he can pan out. That's the thing. I'm just hoping for. I mean, there's a chance he could, technically. Sure. On the second one. Alright. Oh, I was too late on that one. Damn it. I was way too freaking late on that. Alright. That's good. Trying to get us at least a 20K. Damn it, I missed the other one. I mean, I'll take a bullseye, but we didn't get the other one. I need like a double bullseye to get gold. Which I didn't get that. That was close. But you didn't miss some of these dang targets. Like that one. Damn it. I should have just waited. Alright, at least I got 2 targets there. Circle would have probably been better. I think that was just too early, but I did get a bullet at least on that. Got another bullet. Another bullseye. Some guaranteed to get. Love it! I didn't care. We already got gold. Imagine you get Superstar X Factor. That'd be funny as heck. Oh, he didn't. That would have been so funny, though, if he did. Alright, please tell me that this is the team that can just finally break, like, this freaking curse. And gets us to the playoffs, at least. But obviously I want a Super Bowl, but, like... Can we just get to the playoffs? Like, this team is too dang talented to not go to the playoffs at this point. It's just way too talented. We lost again. We better not start 0-2. We're starting 0-2. Yay me. The best thing about signing him now is that literally he's not even like asking for a lot of money, which is the good thing. We're not going to be able to bring all these suckers back. There's no way he's accepting this. There's no... He actually just did. Okay, then. I'll take that. Jordan Davis, honestly, I am totally okay with not signing him. I am totally okay with that. It's kind of now or nothing, though. Please. Please. One and 6. You have got to be kidding me. Well, yeah, I'm going to end the live stream here. Want to know why? Because we have officially confirmed that the Browns are cursed. We've officially confirmed it. At least we confirmed the Browns are cursed, guys. At least we confirmed that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Deuces.